fourth and last day of the Future Blockchain Summit at Dubai Harbor. I'm Ronella Hernandez, and I'm sitting here with Eric, who is the head of strategy at Mythic Protocol. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm well. I'm liking the conference so far. What about you?
Yes, absolutely. A lot of exciting projects, a lot of investors as well attending. It's our first time here, but it's been an exciting experience.
Yeah, and I know that you were a panelist up on stage a little earlier.
Yes,
so
correct.
If you could maybe give us some insights about what you spoke about on there.
Yeah, so maybe let me introduce Mythic Protocol a little bit. So we are a collaborative entertainment startup. So essentially what that means is us together with the community will be able to build the universe within our IP, right? So our key media asset is a game titled Riftstorm. We're doing a public playtest next month via Steam. And hopefully by next year, late next year, we can fully launch the game.
Okay, so how is your studio different from other game studios out there that are trying to develop Web3 based games?
Yeah, so I think initially we want to create a game that is fun first, right? And I think unfortunately, a lot of Web3 games that are existing today, they focus a lot on financial portion of the game rather than creating a game that's really fun to play. So as a result, when the tokenomics and economy design is not sustainable, people stop getting their ROI and then they leave the game, right? So for us, our background is within Web2 game development. So we came from the biggest game studio in Indonesia called Agate. We live and breathe gaming essentially. And what we want to bring to the Web3 space is creating a really fun game that people can play for years.
Okay, so tell me more about Riftstorm then and why it's so fun.
Yes. So Riftstorm is an action RPG third-person shooter game. And the idea
There's
is...
so many shooter games.
Correct,
We need other more strategy-based adventure games. I'm tired of shooter games.
Yeah, so I think the way we do it differently is, one is we want to make the game more approachable, so easy to play. So we use features like auto aim and all that to help kind of like the beginner players. Secondly, we want the game to last a really long time and has high replayability. So we're using like randomly generated levels and so on, and adding what we call roguelite elements, which you can find in games like Hades and so on, right? And last one is a PvE game for now.
What's that mean?
So player versus environment. So it's a co-op game, right? So we want to encourage gamers out there to invite their friends and play together. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that not commonplace already?
Yeah, I think so. For gaming, it's either PvE or PvP.
Right.
So PvP would be games like Counter-Strike and all that, where you play against other players.
Right.
Whereas PvE, you play against the environment or the computer, essentially.
Gotcha. Okay, and then, so how would you rate the state of the video game industry right now?
Yeah, I mean, gaming right now, out of all the entertainment industry, right, as we all know, gaming is actually the biggest one, bigger than like music, movies combined together, right? So I think in terms of market sizing, it's quite big already. And what we're thinking is what's next, right? What's the next big cycle within gaming? So one of the things that we're thinking is with Web3, we can also enable collective participation of stakeholders within the game, right? So traditionally, game has been, in terms of the value capture, it's very minimal. So the game developers, they sell the game and then the players buy it and that's it, right? So what we're trying to do is we want to bring on creators as well to our platform to be able to create, whether it's stories or level designs and whatnot. And they can also benefit that, right? We want to formalize that kind of creator economy as well.
Okay, no, I love how you're including more of the gamers themselves in the audience, all right? And given that we are at the Future Blockchain Summit, how do you envision the future of blockchain looking like? What would you like it to look like?
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, blockchain is a very important kind of technology, but at the same time, it's more of a back-end technology, right? Meaning, in terms of user experience and user interfaces, it shouldn't feel any different than, let's say, me downloading an app or making purchases and whatnot, right? So the security layer is actually the ledger, decentralized ledger actually happens on the back end, right? So that's what we want to create. So we want the experience for gamers, and whatnot to be as frictionless as possible, right? So no need to deal with creating MetaMask and holding your seed phrases, securing it somewhere. We want blockchain to be more frictionless as time goes on.
Agreed. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.